now we're asking for your cooperation. If you want, we'll get a warrant.
Yeah, well, maybe you better get one.
Might look better for you if you came voluntarily.
Listen, if something happened to Marion Ord, I had nothing to do with that. And you guys know it. The only reason you came down here is to make trouble for me in front of my friends, and it isn't going to work.
If I had my way, Gilman, I wouldn't come within 10 miles of you. You or a garbage dump.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you, Gilman. 16-year-old car thief. 21-year-old numbers runner and dope pusher. Who graduated to a 36-year-old con man and phony. And one other thing, Gilman. Don't ever put your hands on me again. You or your hired help.
You've been slandering me, August, in front of my friends. These people are my witnesses.
Except it's all true. Isn't it, Gilman? You've got the convictions to prove it.
You know what? You're a dirty fin cop. And you're in trouble. And I mean it.
I'm sorry about one thing, Gilman. There's no convictions for being a phony. But maybe these people here could testify to that fact. You ready to go?
I used to see her at the club, that's all. I never even talked to her.
What about the photograph?
Well, you know how it is at the track. There's always a lot of people hanging around.
You're being stupid, Gilman. How long do you think it'd take us to tie you two together? We know the bars you hang out, and the ones you're considered a big man. You remembered, huh?
Okay, all right. Though I knew her. We were friends. Now, that doesn't mean I killed her.
When'd you meet her? Last summer at the club?
I told you, I never even talked to her there. I met her at the Boar's Head room, the Essex Inn. She was just sitting there looking like she wanted to be picked up, but not really like a hooker, you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So I moved in, I sat down, I said hello. And we started talking. I told her I used to see her at the club. And, that's it.
That's what?
Well, she just started hanging around, that's all.
Okay, let's get back to Friday afternoon.
I told you, I spent the whole day at the club. I had a steam, I had a shower, and I played gin the rest of the afternoon with Bill Sampson.
We haven't reached Sampson yet.
Yeah, well, you better keep trying.
If Bill Sampson says you were with him yesterday afternoon, you can go. I'll be back, Gilman.
I can't wait.
Tell me something. Are women a lot different?
From what?
From each other, silly.
What do you want? You want me to tell you that you're really something special, huh?
No. Of course not. It's just that men are so different. I mean, I guess they are. For instance, another man I used to know always made me feel like we were in some kind of a fight. When it ought to be... you know.
Yeah. I know.
When will I see you again, Sal?
You're tired of the fighters, huh?
Oh, don't talk like that. I told you there's only been a couple before you came along.
And he didn't play nice. Like me, huh? What about your husband?
Well, he's away so much, and I like...
Hey. Whatever you like, you deserve to get because you're a very nice, pretty lady. A very bright lady.
Oh, I bet you know 1,000 girls prettier than me.
Can you get away next Thursday night?
Maybe. George is supposed to be in San Diego. I thought you said you had to be in Las Vegas the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I don't think I could go there. George might find out.
You wouldn't even have to leave town.
I don't understand.
Well, you see, there's this friend of mine. He's going to be here for a couple of days on business.
A friend?
Yeah. You'll like him, Marion. Believe me. And the way I hear it, he really knows how to treat a woman. You be nice to him, he'll be nice to you. He slipped a girl I know $150. She found it in her purse the next morning.
That's all?
That's all. You can buy yourself a couple of pretties for $1.50. Where are you going?
I want to get out of here.
Back to the fighters, huh?
That's my business.
All right. Think it over. About Thursday, I mean.
I don't have to think it over. I don't want any part of your friend or you, ever. I think you're nothing.
Oh, you're getting pretty touchy, aren't you? I told you you'd make it worth your while, and then some.
And that makes everything all right. Is that what you think?
No, that's not what I think. I just think if a lady like you wants to play around, she might as well get paid for it.
Why, you...
Oh! Ow! Hey! Hey!
Okay, Gilman, you can leave. Sampson said the two of you were playing cards yesterday afternoon.
Well, glad to be of service, fellas. You're gonna need all the help you can get.
If we had more, maybe you wouldn't be running around loose.
Mr. Gilman looks none too happy.
Maybe it wasn't the perfect host.
Dan, I think you better bring in George Orton.
Not yet.
They're demanding some sort of action.
They're always demanding. Can't they arrange for a demonstration at the college or something?
Dan, this time it's no joke.
Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but we've only had a little over 24 hours.
Lieutenant. Thanks, Joe. Sergeant Rivera says the boys went over the Fresno-Santa Luisa-Paso Robles triangle. 6 hours, give or take 15 minutes.
You see, he could have made it.
Unless someone saw him in Fresno after 2 o'clock. Have you found their receptionist, Lillian Crane?
I've called her so many times I've memorized the number, but that's about all.
Checked Lord's car over yet?
Yeah, we've impounded it, and we found type, old blood on the steering wheel and a couple of other spots.
Same type as his wife.
Score 1 big point against George Ord.
What's Ord's type?
Same type, oh.
Well, he said he cut his hand changing the tire.
He said. He probably knew they both had the same blood type. He could have faked that accident in case we found any traces.
Charlie, where else did they find blood?
On the right front fender and the jack.
That could be a point for his side.
Is that where you stand, Dan?
Before I bring Ord in for killing his wife, I want to be able to prove it. I think we ought to wait till we talk to the missing receptionist.
And if she can't back him up?
We'll bring him in. Meanwhile, Gordon's out there on a stakeout. See you later.
Where are you going?
I'm a detective. I'm going out to detect.
Oh, the detective. That's what I want to be when I grow up.
There's no money in it.
I'd like to see Mr. Durston, please.
Senor Durston's not here.
Was Mrs. Durston here?
No, Senora Durston's not here, too.
Well, do you know when she'll be back?
She said 8 o'clock she come home.
Thank you very much. Anything new, Charlie?
Well, you suppose somebody's having a big party someplace and we're the only ones who weren't invited?
In other words, you're striking out.
Well, Mrs. Phillips called in again, complained about that prowler.
Still wishful thinking.
And a sailor fell off a Norwegian freighter in the bay. He drowned.
Is Katie around?
She's right here.
Katie, Anamara still there?
No, but he's got trouble.
What kind?
Male, Caucasian, about 6'1", uses the name Jack Parker.
And how did our honorable mayor tear himself away from the golf course?
I don't answer political questions. They want you at Parker's house right away.
Don't give me that, Frank. Your department just isn't cutting the mustard.
Jack, you can't expect the impossible. Oh, Dan, I'm glad you're here. Lieutenant August, he's been in charge of the Ord case.
Yes, I know. When are you making the arrest, Lieutenant?
Mayor Parker's been wondering why George Ord is not behind bars, Dan. I've been trying to explain it to him.
Well, we don't have a case yet, and we haven't found the body.
You really think she's still alive without 7 pints of blood? Her type, wasn't it? You don't need her body. You've got enough to lock him up and make the arrest, and then build your case.
What if he didn't do it?
A woman has already been killed, Lieutenant. I'd rather not risk any more lives on that chance.
Well, I don't understand the urgency.
All right. I'll level with you fellows. The out-of-state papers have always made California sound like a vacation spot for the criminally insane. And they're going to have a field day with this one.
There's no convictions for being a phony. Well, maybe these people here could testify to that fact. You ready to go? Your old con man and phony. And one other thing, Gilman. Don't ever put your hands on me again. You or your hired help.
You've been slandering me, August, in front of my friends. These people are my witnesses.
Now we're asking for your cooperation. If you want, we'll get a warrant.
Yeah, well, maybe you better get one.
Might look better for you if you came voluntarily.
Listen, if something happened to Marion Ord, I had nothing to do with that. And you guys know it. The only reason you came down here is to make trouble for me in front of my friends, and it isn't going to work.
If I had my way, Gilman, I wouldn't come within 10 miles of you. You or a garbage dump.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you, Gilman. 16-year-old car thief. 21-year-old numbers runner and dope pusher. Who graduated to a 36. Except it's all true. Isn't it, Gilman? You've got the convictions to prove it.
You know what? You're a dirty fink cop. And you're in trouble. And I mean it.
I'm sorry about one thing, Gilman.